Sarah Nelson right now, she's hearing all of this and just confused by the details. All she wants is relief for the airline industry. She has argued that eloquently and relentlessly for months now. She joins me, the Flight Attendants Association president. Sarah, it looks a little dicey. Last time we chatted, I thought there was a good chance this could get done. I don't know now. What do you think?
Neil, the truth is that if you put the airline provision, which is a jobs and infrastructure plan, it's not a bailout for the airlines. We crafted this so that the money would cover 70% of the payroll and require the airlines to keep people in their jobs rather than sending them to the unemployment lines without health insurance. So we've had people who have continued to pay into the economy, and it's shown that we support 3.55 other jobs in America. So if you get rid of our jobs, it's a cascading effect as well. The other thing that this program has done is kept the infrastructure going to all of our smaller communities. So it requires the airlines to do non-economic things. These are private companies that the law requires to do non-economic things, keeping the jobs and the infrastructure in place so that America can keep going in the middle of this pandemic. And that's why there has been nearly unanimous support. If this went to the floor of the Senate right now, there would be 95 votes for it. And we just need a vehicle to get this done. Across the board, Americans need help, but we should surely do the things that we agree on.
So, we were just flashing a graphic that showed that 1 million people were back flying into TSA checkpoints across the country. The things have been picking up. Of course, it's nothing like it used to be. How long do you think the industry could sort of, stumble on without this aid?
So, Neil, let's be really clear. That 1 million people is 40% of what it was a year ago and only 20% of the revenue. So we're right in the middle of the crisis. And it's not just the concern about the virus and safety. It's the fact that there's nothing to travel to. So business travel is down 96%. So what we need is continued aid to keep people in these jobs and this infrastructure program going. And we have suggested for another 6 months. That gets us closer to a vaccine, closer to a testing regimen where people can start to open up the rest of the economy and get things back to normal. And what I should tell you, Neil, is that during the Great Recession, the airlines fluctuated about 15% in their demand, and they were able to weather that without any furloughs. So if we can get back, we'll still be smaller, but if we can get back to closer to the normal size that we were, and we've had a ton of attrition as well, these 6 months will really be what's necessary to get us to a place where we can continue to be the backbone of the economy.
But, you have to wonder if in 6 months from now, countries still don't allow Americans in, or they want to quarantine them, or states are still fighting with each other on who can quarantine, who can't, who's on a naughty list and who's not. I mean, you're still facing that, right?
Well, that's just it. And that's why what the president is saying and needing relief right now is exactly right. And he really needs to lean on senators like Chuck Grassley to say, make this happen. Speaker Pelosi, setting a deadline of midnight tonight, is telling us that she is trying to drive to a deal. So I do believe that the president and the speaker are coming together here, but we need all of the parties at the table and understanding that this relief has to be in place now. We need this relief that everyone agrees on for the airline industry, but we also need that relief for the testing and all the things that need to happen to be able to safely reopen our country and have other countries actually have confidence that we can do that so we can compete in the world as well. So that's really where we are, and we've got to have this relief package done. I'm putting all of my energy towards the negotiators today to get this done. Americans need it everywhere. We can't retroactively help people. I will tell you, Neil, there are people in my union who are feeling despair, and we have had people who have tried to take their lives. You cannot restore those lives. You can't restore people who have lost their homes, or the people who are moving their kids and as much as they can into their cars and trying to survive without health insurance that helps them get through chronic illnesses with regular treatments where they can live virtually normal lives, but without it, they can't even do another job. This is what we're talking about. You cannot retroactively help these people who will be so harmed if we wait until February to get anything to the American public.
No, you argue your point very well. Agree or disagree, Sarah. I mean, it is fair to say you represent your folks very, very well. So hopefully cooler, calmer heads prevail and think this through no fault of your own.
We are going to keep demanding it, Neil, and it's not okay for Congress not to act. Thank you. Thank you. Right. We're going to keep demanding it.
Keep making a pain of yourself. Keep making a pain of yourself. Sarah Nelson.